Come on with it, baby! Come on with it, baby!
Hey yo, what is poppin'? What is poppin'? By the way, that is the least amount of lag time we ever had. Welcome to the third and manageable podcast, most illustrious guest, most illustrious podcast with the least illustrious information. I am on air as always with my partner in crime, Mr. Matt Diegert. You can find him on Twitter at mattdiegert.com. I am with myself now. I am Student Body Right. You can find me at Student Body Right RGHT because the syllables weren't available. And we welcome super producer, Mr. D-Lo. Yo, D-Lo, say what up to everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Now it's time for the people that pay us the shekels. Mr. Matty, who are we sponsored by?
So we are actually sponsored by, I'll go through them real quickly. And real quickly, my Twitter is at Matt Diegert. Not .com like you had said. That's okay.
You're a brand, dude. You're an inventor.
But with that being said, we're sponsored by BetUS, Iliad Apollo's, Beauty Pools, Hamburg Brewing, and Sons of Erie. I almost forgot that one. But real quickly, listen up, sports bettors. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for our 30th year sports action with the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of 125%. BetUS offers the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including live action and the chance to build your own prop. That's right. If you're looking for the live in-game betting, incredible props, daily odds boosters, a top-tiered race book, and an unbeatable casino experience, look no further. We've got it all. What about fast payouts and exceptional one-on-one customer service? We've got that too. Sign up now at betus.com by clicking on the link in the YouTube description or Facebook or Twitter or wherever, or use promo code DO to get the greatest sign-up bonuses. Our account managers are available 24/7 to help you get started on the best action at 1-800-792-3887. That is 1-800-79-BET-US. BetUS, America's favorite sports book. All right, how are you guys tonight? Running the crickets on me. On me. No,
yo, what up,
okay.
D-Lo? We got super producer D-Lo. Coming on the map right now. D-Lo, he's gonna be like working. He's working our systems and everything like that. Yo, we got football.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
I cannot tell you how excited I am about
D-Lo, how close are you to losing your lid about football here?
I'm very excited about it. I mean, I'm looking up for the home opener. I mean, I think we're really going to win this game. I mean, especially from season 2020. I mean, we lost by 2.
Yeah, you can see. You can see how much anxiety this guy's got right now. He's first time really working the camera system. First time really.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I will say it's actually pretty complicated as far as, I mean, yes, you're just clicking a button, but to be on cue with it and everything like that, it's got to be nerve-wracking.
Yo, let's do it real quick to see how good he is. Ready? Hey. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, yo.
Let's go.
We're having some fun here. Yo. So anyway, Do Champions, come check us out. Man, kind of feels like we're doing it now.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, it really... Man, I'm so excited for everything we got coming. I'm so excited for this football season. We have everything for you guys: tailgate shows, post game with certain former Bills players.
No, yo. we got Ewood coming up and stuff like that. Yo, just as a new guy on this network, Mr. D-Lo, what are you excited for, bud?
I'm excited about everything, basically. I mean, joining the podcast with you two, it's amazing so far.
It's kind of it's an illustrious experience with no experience.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a lot of fun with us because like I said a couple weeks ago when we were live from Ilio's, we are probably the most lax podcast we have on this network.
Yeah, but like but people are already they already had a problem with what you said. They're like, yo, dude, like you are the least hinged person on the set. Yo, D'Lo, like, what do you think? You think you're a super producer now? Like, what you think you think I'm lax? Do you think like I'm in control of my emotions for this this Bills season?
I mean, you could be outrageous sometimes, but you're just being you. You know, I mean, everybody's their self sometimes, and you show it on the podcast the most.
Oh, you're a sweetie. Oh, Matt. All right, man. We're close, dude.
Yeah, 3 days away. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be at the tailgate at Ryan Stang's tailgate.
No, we got the Syracuse basketball team.
The Syracuse basketball
team. Yep.
I mean, they'll be there. We'll be interviewing them. You'll see us there at the tailgate. Definitely stop by, come say hi, hop on the podcast with us. You know, definitely have some fun. I'm so excited for that Sunday morning.
You know what I'm fucking so excited for?
What's that?
To erase the memory of the Hail Murray.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we haven't played them since the Hail Murray.
That's how NFL scheduling
But
works.
here's the thing though. Had the Bills not gone through that, you never know what could happen against the Colts in that game.
Had we not gone through that?
Yes. I mean, I'm more thinking the Bills because they're the ones on the field. But had Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and Trey White not gone through that, you might not see them knock that ball down. They might still be running in the end zone after that Phillip Rivers Hail Mary in against the Colts.
So
in 2020.
I hear you, and I'm going to throw it to the big guy in the yellow cap. Yo, Mr. D'Lo, like you're a phantom. You're new to this podcast shtick. Like you've seen us interview some big time people. Do you feel like in all the people we've interviewed, there is some anxiety as to where the season's headed?
I mean, yes, there is anxiety, but I mean, I feel like that's something we all can overcome. Like today, for instance, the interview with Keith. It was a great interview, great podcast, and I think
he believed in us.
Handled yourself really well.
No, but like, do you think as we handle ourselves in this podcast, do you think that's really how we're going to handle ourselves in this fandom?
Honestly,
dude, I love the pause.
honestly, it can go either way.
Damn right it can.
Well, I mean, you kind of gotta pause in thinking that because I mean, it really does come down. I mean, there's a lot of changes. I mean, you lost Mitch Morris. You know, it's not that big of an issue, but you lost Mitch Morris. You're sliding in Connor McGovern into center, David Edwards into left guard. Yes, the other guys are still there, and these guys all played together last year. But you know,
true.
You had somebody who was with the Bills for 4 years, in Mitch Morris, that was snapping the ball every snap to Josh Allen.
Make him, he's making the calls. He's calling out who the Mike linebacker is. He's calling out what gap protection we're in. If we're in a pro set, he's calling all the slides and stuff like that. Matt, it sounds like that's where your concern is, the continuity in the offensive line.
My concern isn't so much on the
your concern is everything, but it's you're leading into this podcast like that is the concern.
There's two spots. There's two spots specifically that I'm looking at that specifically I'm worried about. One is the continuity of the offensive line because of the sliding in from Connor McGovern, but he did play there in college. Like he played a few snaps there in college. So as long as him and Josh Allen can, kind of get on the same page with the snapping of the ball and everything like that, I think that they will end up being fine. However, my biggest concern...
Sure, talk to him, Goose.
My biggest concern is that safety position.
Well,
me.
But we know who is going to be at safety. We know it's going to be Taylor Rapp, and it's going to be a guy who came back basically from the paddles. He came back cardiac arrest. Damar Hamlin. Yeah, D'Lo, like you watched that game. Isn't that a remarkable recovery story?
I mean, yes, it really is. I mean, I was scared, as
How could
everybody
you not be?
was, and it was frightening, to be honest. But for him to come back and recover how he did and get back on the field, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and was anybody shocked that year after that, after he basically died on the field? was anybody actually shocked that the Bills ended up losing in the playoffs?
I mean, I
With
think,
everything else going on. Like,
well, I think Michael Hyde is on record right here, right? He's on record saying you know, not to go back 300 years to the Industrial Revolution, but like that the steam got left from the train. It doesn't matter how much coal you burned in that locker room or how much rah-rah happened. Yo, Matty,
your friend, your teammate, your brother, you know, your brother in arms died on the field.
Yeah.
Luckily, he
Yes.
was, lived, but I mean,
not only are we living, but like we're prospering now.
yeah.
You know, he's I'm a look good, feel good, play good guy. He's wearing his own number now. He's in his own cut. He's now had 3 seasons?
No, 1.5. What 2? This will be his second season, and that happened like December 31st or January 1st or 2nd, something like that, of 2023.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, you're literally talking a year and a half out, a year and 9 months out of him dying on the field.
Okay, so let's do peak and pit. We'll start with the defense. All right.
Yeah.
With this Cardinal thing, we'll do peak and pit. And D'Lo, you need to like take your mark about who wins this thing. Peak and pit about the defense. What positional group is your peak? Specifically,
So
to this game.
it's got to be it's got to be the defensive line. It has to be the defensive line. They truly have to stop, because you have Kyler Murray. You got to keep him in the pocket. You got to keep him below those guys that are 6'3", 6'4", so he can,
and we have a lot of them.
and get in his throwing lanes.
We have a lot of them.
Get in his throwing lanes. When you when you go to make a tackle on him, make sure you're getting him down. I mean, there's nothing more that you can do in that situation. You have to put him on the ground.
Well, outside of like cutting his internet.
Well, right.
Cutting his internet connection.
Yes.
How funny was that when like someone actually ran a tracker of like when there was a new Call of Duty update. He but we're not playing Call of Duty here. Oh, D'Lo, you like that one? You think that's funny? You're the head of the gaming enterprise here. So what? You're giggling like if you're gonna giggle on this podcast, you gotta talk on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I know. I just thought it was pretty funny. I mean, it's not Call of Duty, but
You fucking.
What was it? Fortnite?
it was more like Apex.
Oh. Anyways, I think what you mean to say is it has nothing to do with strapping up your chin strap and getting after it. So your peak right now on the defense is that D line getting in front of the throwing lanes, causing chaos and longing the optic that we can affect their game plan. What is the pit on the defense, and just to prepare you?
Explain that to me real quick.
What is the pit? What is your concern? Where is the biggest vulnerability on this pod?
On the defense, it's the safety position, because we have, you have,
Okay.
As far as the defensive line goes, you have Ed Oliver, you have Greg Rousseau, you have Daquan Jones coming back, from injury and being healthy now. You have Von Miller being fully healthy, a year and a half out of his ACL injury, and we've heard from our injury specialist Dan Vargo that he should be good to go now, as long as everything's good mentally, and he's really pushing forward. So, and then also AJ Epinesa, I can't believe I forgot him. And then your line,
he's hard to forget, especially when he's does what he does.
Your linebackers now, Terrell Bernard and whoever's starting, whether it's Joe Andreessen, whether it's Nick Morrow.
Hey,
Nicholas Morrow.
how about this? I mean, I have a little egg on my face. I didn't see it fucking happening. I was very vocal that after watching him play.
Well, had Matt.
Hey, I'm trying to fucking make amends with my bad take. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to give you a little bit of your due here, because truly, had Matt Milano not gotten hurt, Joe Andreessen is not making this team. He was the last player.
What about Mitch Trubisky?
Absolutely, Mitch Trubisky's still, because
we had a good authority that Gable Stevenson was going to make it.
We did.
I mean, we had it on, and that's
at least the practice squad.
Well, And that's one of the big things is that as we get more illustrious guests, Maddie, I know I'm speaking at you, not at the camera, but like as we get more illustrious guests, aren't we fucking navigating the hellscape about like being right, wrong, and like being on our Apple box when we know something's correct?
Yeah, I mean, and that's truly one of the things we talked to Ryan Talbot about last week.
You just talked to Keith about it.
Yeah, we talked to Keith too. Is being,
shout out Keith McPherson.
Being the first one to have the information isn't always the best thing. You wanna be right. You want to have the information right.
And I think between me and you, like we have the information, we have it on good authority, but at the same time, we need more contacts. We need more contacts for vetting, and that's truly like it's like once, twice, three times a lady. It's once, twice, three times a tweet.
Right.
Right. So honestly, the peak is the D line.
The pit is the safety room. I mean, it truly is because
what's the pivot then for offense? What's the peak?
So the peak for is always going to be Josh Allen. He has to be.
We always feel like we're fucking in it with him.
He has to be the peak. He has to show up. He has to be the peak. He has to use his legs. He has to use his cannon of an arm, and it comes down to it. And running, he has all new receivers basically this year. The only one left is Khalil Shakir. Funny and interesting note that we have here, and I'll read it off real quickly. Is with our data guys, specifically Jake, who has his show on Saturday nights, which we definitely appreciate him doing his show there. But interesting tidbit here. Hold on, I'm trying to find it here. Definitely see this stuff all the time on our Twitter.
Yeah, Alec Anderson and Ryan Vandermark are texting me right now. I'm trying to get him on right now. He just texted me, "What's up, big word?" Big word.
So here's the splits. So this is something everybody is so worried about in the offseason, right? I know it's a little bit of a small sample size, but the on-off reports for Stephon Diggs, right? Josh Allen had 522 attempts while Stephon Diggs was on the field. Off the field, he only had 55. So, like I said, small sample size. But Josh Allen was a better football player with Stephon Diggs off the field. His EPA per attempt was .35. That's expected points above attempts. So he's expected to score more, or he's expected to score more, with the other guys on the field. Whereas with Diggs on the field, he was
I'm
only
not
at
paying
a
attention
.1.
to literally anything you're saying right
That's
now.
okay.
I'm trying to get fucking trying to communicate with like offensive linemen is like literally like I feel like a shepherd. I feel like I'm shepherd, like I'm the master, like Australian shepherd.
You feel like Ghost a little bit?
Basically, just with a lower intellect. So okay, what's the pit?
The pit on offense is going to be the receiver room. I really think after Curtis Samuel and Keon Coleman, you got Mac Hollins, you got MVS, you got Khalil Shakir. We don't know if Khalil Shakir is going to break out, and that's the thing. They could be the peak next week, but this week specifically, we need to see what they can do and how they're going to run the offense. Are they going to get away from letting Josh throw the ball as much as he did? Are they going to run the ball more with James Cook and Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, or are they gonna trust these young receivers like a Keon Coleman, like a Khalil Shakir, or
No, you pose a question, but if you pose a question, but you better have an answer because I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
To whom much is given. Go ahead and finish. Much is tested.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah, the one before,
not the new Kanye.
The one where he was stealing microphones from Taylor Swift.
The go hard Kanye.
Yeah.
Dude, this offensive line in the plug and play with RVD, the plug and play with Alec Anderson. Some of our lesser contemporaries, like and you know who I'm talking about, wanted to dunk on. Procedural penalties. Fucking week 1 of the offensive fucking preseason.
Yeah. I get it. 13 penalties is a lot, but
I'll,
week one of the-
I'll take the procedural rather than the fucking technique ones.
It's 1 week. It's the first week of the playoffs, the preseason, and they haven't done anything together yet.
We might get Alec on right now. Just go ahead. Continue.
No, and that's perfectly fine. And I really,
Oh, it's good with you?
I mean, he's going to give us a different perspective and see,
Probably not, because that dude has the fucking nasty.
Yes.
What is a nasty for the ingratiated, not the non-ingratiated user?
So bringing the nasty is really just finishing your blocks, finishing to the whistle, playing to the whistle, playing through the whistle. All that
Imposing
shit.
your goddamn will.
Yep, absolutely.
You ever had those plays when you played?
Yeah.
Tell me about one.
So
Taking someone's fucking soul.
my favorite one was I was playing against Lackawanna. Shout out Dennis DePaulo for
L.A.
Yeah, unfortunately, but they forgot to block me. So I'm sitting there like
that ended in a lifetime pain for someone's fucking orthopedic fucking call sheet. D'Lo, how do you feel? How do you think that went? Ooh, the big lad over here, like someone forgot to block him. Someone forgot that this pain lasts a lifetime.
I mean, someone forgot to block him was their mistake. I mean, honestly, he was probably confused at first, but he took it. He ended up taking it.
Yeah, it was about 0.2 seconds of being confused. Like, where's the next block coming from? Where I got to knock this guy off of me, and just watch their quarterback, just keep dropping back, and I'm chasing him down. Ends up in a sack and a forced fumble. I couldn't get the ball quick enough.
So you were quick enough to identify that you weren't part of the game plan. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Who is part of the game plan this week for the Cardinals? Who is part of the game plan?
So they do run a 3-4 defense. So you're gonna have a lot of guys
You like
coming
that segue?
Yes, I do. You're going to have a lot of guys coming off the edge, so I'm really going to be watching, Deion Dawkins and how Spencer Brown handle those guys on the edge, really to bring to stop anybody coming to getting Josh Allen. There's no more red shirt. Josh has to make fucking plays.
Who has the bigger upside right now in terms of, that offensive lineman performance? That was pretty good last year. Who do you see the biggest uptick this year? And I'm going to tell you, if you don't say Osiris Torrance,
you read my mind. We have one brain on that because Osiris Torrance, as good of a year as he had last year, I expect him to be 10 times better this year because has a full year under his belt. He has the guys on his either one of his sides, Spencer Brown, Connor McGovern, and the other guys on the offensive line to help him continue to grow. I mean, look at David Edwards, Super Bowl winning, guard. Who better to learn your position from is a Super Bowl winning guard.
flip it now. Defense. Kyer.
Honestly?
No, not honestly. Lie to me. Who are you rooting for harder?
Well, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
Well, let me reframe it. Let's talk about Kyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Is there anyone that first in, last out, that you're just like?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nobody that has his work ethic, and hopefully it translates onto the field for him this year. We do know that Benford and Douglas are ahead of him, but
that doesn't mean he's not going to be an integral.
No, not at all. He's literally going to be an integral part to this team, and he's going to need to step up like he did in that Pittsburgh game last year.
Come on with it, baby!
Is there any? Who's got the? Now let me ask you this right now, and I'll ask D'Lo actually first. D'Lo, who's got that AWOL vibe? That AWOL vibe out of the tunnel. That AWOL vibe that this means something, no matter if it's week 1, week 16, or even on the bye. Who's got the AWOL fucking vibe, the party vibe? It's a party on the field versus if we party on the field, we party in the locker room. Who's got that vibe right now going on from your stance, D'Lo?
Honestly, Deion Dawkins.
No, keep going.
I'm not really sure.
What do you mean not sure? So, wait. No, so you just proved your own point. It's the vibe. It's the energy. How much is Matt the week one hype energy?
So
Going
for,
to, you know, listen.
I mean,
how much
got
is
to be on the same page? If
how
they're not all on the
exactly?
same page,
How much
it's not
is the
gonna all-
week one on the same wave energy going to be integral? Because the way you do one thing, Matt, is the way you fucking do everything.
Yep. Absolutely. And I honestly, this is going to be a cop out answer a little bit, but
I don't think so.
I truly think the whole fucking team. The whole team is going to be, launching on those vibes coming out of the tunnel. They haven't had a home game, the first game in a while. So they're going to come out of the tunnel. They're going to be, at their peak. They're going to be running out of that tunnel and to those 6 buffaloes on the side, snorting smoke and everything like that. And they're going to be all over the Cardinals coming out of this game.
Okay, now let me ask you this: who can't get caught up in the vibe?
Josh.
Fuck, that's a good answer. D'Lo, who can't get caught up in the vibe?
Yeah, I say Josh as well.
I'm gonna say Tyler Bass.
Yeah, Tyler Bass definitely needs to just stay away from any of that hype. Go kick into the net. Go stretch out your leg. Go, get massaged up on the leg and
D'Lo's laughing. Yo,
No,
pen
I totally agree. I mean that kick that
He's
missed,
got to stay in the cut.
I mean, it was on him. He should.
You're talking in Kansas City?
Correct. I mean, you get paid to do one thing. You're kicking the ball.
That's where I'm going to disagree.
See, I'm actually going to partially agree with him.
Okay,
on that.
well, let me tell you why I disagree.
Yeah, go ahead.
I disagree that you need to recognize everything that's going on in the game and realize that no matter what's recognized in the game, the moment's never too big. You need to be in the cut. You need to procedurally have your wits about you, but know that if the 3 points in the first quarter, the 1 point in the first quarter, the 1 point in the third quarter, the field position, if you miss that kick in the third quarter, that is you in the cut, and realize that you do matter. That third of the game is the ST.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Absolutely. And you see it, we've talked about it multiple times with the new kickoff rule and everything like that, that they're trying to bring in special teams.
There's going to be an angle.
They're trying to bring in special teams to be a third part of the game again, because I can't remember the exact number, but it was in the 30s. 30% more of these kicks were returned. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous, because they're forcing these players to actually get returns. So it's comes down to it, and it's like almost like a running play. So are they going to be able to block the other 11 guys? Or
Are
10
they going
guys
to?
that
Are they going to capitalize on field position above over a touchback? A touchback is a given at the 20-yard line.
Well,
you don't think the 26-yard line matters?
and here's the thing: we're looking at this game and seeing them, kind of go through everything right now. They were talking about putting Justin Reed back there so they'd have 11 guys to make sure that they go tackle.
Who's they?
The Chiefs.
Who's they?
The Chiefs.
Who do we play the first week?
Cardinals.
Who's they?
What do you mean?
Who's they? You said the Chiefs, right?
Well, they're on TV right now.
Right. Who do we play the first week?
Cardinals.
I think we need to be hyper focused. You see, I'm baiting you. We need to be hyper focused on who we played this week. We need to overlook no one. D'Lo.
Oh, I'm not overlooking them one bit.
D'Lo, who's the team right now on our schedule that you might overlook? You might overlook the Jets because they're a fucking gong show. You
Yeah,
might
they got a really good defense,
but that's an AFC East fucking divisional game.
right. Well, like how you said,
That's an AFC East divisional game.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is.
So who do you overlook? Not the person you're playing this week.
No. Absolutely. And I was not saying the Chiefs
I know.
to overlook.
I'm making
and
you
I
look.
know I know you're baiting me. I know you're baiting me a little bit. But all I was saying is you brought it up a little bit ago about different angles as far as special teams. The Chiefs might use one in Justin Reed, who kicked in college.
But who
kicked
we
in
play
high
this
school.
week? Did it again.
The Cardinals. I'm sitting here.
Who's the Cardinals kicker? Exactly. I don't know. Yo, Dave, who's?
Listen,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know, but
yeah,
listen.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, listen, so back to the yard
yeah,
situation. No, back to the yard situation.
You can fucking stop your yammer for fucking going off. Who's the Cardinals kicker?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Let's focus on the task at hand, because you know what, I think honestly, I think honestly, like the task at hand is the task at hand.
Yeah.
Nothing is to be overlooked.
Well, and that's really what
Is that where we're at as a franchise, where we look past people, because that's how you get Hail Married.
Right. But now back to the yard
Sorry,
situation.
sorry, my fault. Hail Married. That's how you do that. Yo, NFC games matter, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have to play the villain right now? Fucking sometimes, like your seating matters. Like if you're playing at home, it matters. You've been to a million fucking games, man. Fucking like it pisses me off, and maybe I'm baiting you a little bit. It pisses me fucking off that fucking like you have 18 weeks. The bye week means as much as the first week, and I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but like as Bills fans, like we have 6 primetime games as we fucking ramp up to this season. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck about what?
Exactly, dude. I'll say it again from Kanye. To whom much is given, much is tested. And this is where I'm going to add one of my favorite fucking people. And I think a guy that doesn't get enough props on Twitter. Not only is he a stalwart in reining in the fucking community, but he's a stalwart in the Dolphins Twitter space. You know, we started out as enemies. And then I realized that fucking this guy fucking 1 had a beard, 2 he's crown balding like I am. But I'd like to welcome. I'm gonna call you Coach Fuller. What is
going on, guys?
My guy. Did you throw a little beard oil in there?
No, man, I just got off work.
Yeah. What was? Were you stroking the combs of the bureaucratic law system?
Yeah, the
What
law
is-
love.
I don't know. Whichever.
So, dude, man, you're one of my favorites. Remember we started as enemies, you fucking prep guy?
Yeah, I know, man. What the fuck? What's going
Where you
on?
at- Where you at right now? Where you at in terms of nervousness, and where you at in terms of how undetermined this fucking division is? Because if anybody thinks, Matt, this division is the Bills to own, past performance is not indicative of future results. And I'm scared of the Dolphins just by people say we own their number. We don't own their talent base on that roster. And Coach Fuller, you have to feel good about
What is it? 11 Pro Bowlers or
It
something
matters
like that?
zero.
Or all pros? I mean, they have an outstanding roster. They've put together something great.
And they're doing. I got to be honest with you. They're managing the cap better than we are. Sometimes I look at some of our cap numbers from our data guys. Shout out to Jake from all those guys from USA and stuff like that. I'm like, they might be doing it better than Bean does. In Bean we trust, but like, how the fuck are they building a roster of potential that all they have to do is realize that potential? And how good does that feel, Coach?
Man, it feels good going into the season, but with the Dolphins, it's the health. Got to stay healthy. If you can't stay healthy, it doesn't really matter once you get to the end. And the last 2 years, we get about halfway through the season, and then it just all falls apart. Everybody gets hurt.
Where is the inflection point that the wheels fall off for you? And what are you scared of when the wheels do fall off?
I'm afraid of being ahead like last year, 3 games up in the division. We lose a bunch of players, and then here comes the Bills again. A lot of people, everybody.
Yeah, I know you have bravado. I know you have bravado. I know you have to as a Dolphins fan. That's what we had to, Matt. That's how we had to be when we were missing the playoffs for 17 years. But like, are you waiting for the other foot to drop sometimes, just based on the performance of not making it to the do or die show of the playoffs?
Man, yeah. I mean, it's rough. It's got to be our year one of these times. I mean, it's been how many years since Marino took us to the AFC Championship game? It's been a while.
So how do you feel
it's
when
got
you
to
play
be
the
our
Bills?
year one of these years.
How do you feel when you play the Bills? Because look, it's not comfortable for us. Matt, tell him. Be honest. It's not comfortable fucking playing the Bills.
No, I mean, it definitely can't be for you guys because, I mean, my cousin.
It's not comfortable for us.
To play the Dolphins?
No,
no, absolutely not.
Because
You
I
saw-
don't know if it's going to be the heat exhaustion. I don't know if it's going to be Tua decides to be Tua. Because you know, if Tua decides to be Tua, he is one of the most talented fucking quarterbacks in this league. The fucking market is the market, and I'm happy he attained the market.
Well, also too. I mean, we can say
He's laughing.
I'm not laughing.
No,
Fuller's
Yeah.
laughing. But as far as that goes, I mean, you see Tua, you see two different Tuas, right? So you see the one that is getting the ball out of his hand in point whatever seconds it is that he, having the one of the best releases in the NFL.
And that in part is like knowing where the third read is.
And then you have where a defense kind of shuts him down and takes away that first look, that second look that he comes right off of, and he takes away, and he's got to go to his third, fourth, fifth look.
It sounds like we got to ask him the peak in the pit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, Coach Fuller.
What's
of,
up?
Of that Miami offense, where's the peak? Where's the pit? Where's the peak of where you're just absolutely jazzed to be a fan? Where's the pit of where this is going to cause heartbreak?
Well, the peak is if we get Hill and Waddle going again, and then Jonnu Smith and OBJ become that third and fourth option, something we haven't had the last couple of years. The pit is if Tua ends up hurt. If Tua ends up hurt, the season's over.
Are you concerned about that?
No, not like it was. You know what? I've really never been concerned with it. Even when he first came into the league injured, I knew it was going to be a little bit of time. But no, the injury and concerns didn't. Not from the quarterback spot.
You know how I know you're a true fan is that like when I asked you the peak, you mentioned the pit in the same breath.
You know it. It's
Well,
got to
man,
be there somewhere, man.
So you don't trust Skylar Thompson at all?
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. 0%
We'll
chance.
we'll cut this interview if you don't want to.
So what it comes down to is, as far as the Dolphins go, from what I see, is one of the reasons they ended up starting losing those games at the end of the year is because Tyreek Hill was not Tyreek Hill. He had that he got that ankle injury. So my question to you then is it just Tua that the season's over, or is it like any number of those?
I'll expand on that.
Player.
Is it the tandemization of one of the most dynamic players in Tyreek with one of the most upside potential players in Tua?
Well,
Do they have to meet in the middle?
Well, last year, going into those last couple of games, we had Waddle on 1 foot, Hill on 1 foot, A-Chain on 1 foot, Mostert on 1 foot, and one starting lineman. So,
And I think zero starting linebackers.
Yeah, and that's not who you are.
yeah, and zero starting linebackers, no defensive ends. Yeah, it was a mess. And that's happened to us 2 years in a row. So
Yeah.
I'd argue you guys have been subject to probably more undue personal injury than a fan base deserves.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should find a personal injury attorney at this point for the Dolphins fan base.
And the Dolphins roster this year is pretty deep. They're too deep at almost every.
Hang on.
Yeah.
We will give you your druthers. You have one of the most unrealized potential on paper roster.
For sure.
But when does the paper become trophies?
It better be the next 3 years, because if it's not, they're going to be rolling over the coach and the quarterback. They tied those two guys together with those contracts that they just got. So once those contracts are up, if you don't have a trophy or a couple playoff wins or an AFC Championship game appearance, they're both going to be out of there.
So when do we lose you? You're displaced. Displaced Dolphins fan.
Oh, I'm always going to be a Dolphin fan, brother.
I know that, but you're displaced. Is it a little bit hard to keep shackling the wheels back to the wagon when you just face this disappointment? And I'm not bagging on you, because like you're one of the guys that understands the fallacies of your own organization.
Right. We had a 17-year playoff drought. I mean, why? If anybody,
that reclaim the playoffs. Fuller is going to be so sweet for you.
My goodness. Oh, I know how you guys felt the last couple of years. Being in an AFC Championship game, that had to be a crazy feeling.
Matt, I feel like, dude, we're back. We got the rivalry back.
Yeah.
That's good drama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Bills and Dolphins they're back. They're back.
They're one of the
this
best.
is how it should be.
They're one of the best rivalries in the NFL. I mean, other than Allen Mahomes.
Once I got the character, because Fuller, you play a character. I know you do. Like not as much as McClendon. That guy is just unhinged. But like,
Oh yeah, he's unhinged.
but
right.
you play a character of absolute ultimate. Sorry, I'm autistic, not autism. Like absolute fucking like hoping for the best, but there is that other shoe. And I'm so sick just in rooting for like good enterprise.
Like,
I'm so sick for you guys to do it week 3, but not 4, but not 5, but like 6, 7, and 8. Like,
Yeah.
Where does your advice come as a football coach in how to maintain the stalwart effort and execution to get into a competitive spot where I got to be honest with you, with the payroll and in the roster you guys have, it's unacceptable for you guys to even be debating playoffs. And unfortunately, that's what you're subjected to. And there's no one who has like more empathy than what we were subjected to.
Right.
Hey man, listen. People been posting their predictions for a season. I'm not posting no fucking predictions this year. Just fucking win. I'm not giving you a prediction. I'm not going to say we're winning the division.
Okay, Al Davis.
Get enough fucking games to get a bye week, get us into the playoffs, and then do something. I'm sick of the cold weather stuff. I'm sick of the injury excuses. We have one of the best coaches in the league. We have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's do it. It's squat or get off the pot, man.
Where do you see seed Tua? Where do you seed him as in the hierarchy of 1 through 32? Because six is the top 20%. That's not good enough.
Yeah. Well, I would put him in the top 10. Definitely top 10 quarterback.
That's not good enough.
Maybe in the top 5. Probably in the top 5.
For Tua?
If Tua plays Tua ball, he's top 5 all day.
Oh,
Stop it. You got to be a realist as a Bills fan. If Tua plays Tua ball, he's top 5, and he should be feared.
No, top 5. No, I would put him at like 7 or 8.
Who's ahead of him?
I would put him at like 7 or 8.
You're lying to yourself.
No, I'm not. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert.
Absolutely. No
Absolutely.
way. Herbert?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He's a better quarterback.
Yeah, but look at his win-loss
Are you
record.
insane?
Apparently.
Fuller, back me up here. Herbert is not a consistent guy who can command the outcome of an offense like Tua is. If Tua has a great game, Tua wins. If Herbert has a great game, maybe.
But is that on him or is that on the defense?
I don't know. The game's dynamic, not static.
I think.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Fuller, back me up here. If Tua plays Tua ball, Tua is too good.
Oh, he's better than Herbert. I fucking know that.
The market's the market.
Tua has 450-yard passing games. Tua has led the league in passing. Herbert has done none of that. Tua has a winning record as a quarterback. Herbert does not have a winning record as a quarterback.
But he's remained on the field.
Well, that's true. That's the only thing he's done better.
The best
at
ability,
on the field.
Fuller, you know this. The best. You're a coach. The best ability is what? Availability.
Availability. Oh yeah, you know it. Yeah, for sure. If I can only use you for half the games, it's not going to really matter.
How is it being so displaced and being such a stalwart? And I think people on Twitter look to you a little bit. Not McClendon. What is that guy's deal? But I think people look to you for pragmatic analysis about what to be hopeful for. How do you remain that stalwart into imparting on your fan base what is what and where our shortcomings are?
Hey man, I'm just on there giving facts. I don't do it as a biased fan. You know, you got the two in ears and you got the guys. It's two different factions of Twitter Dolphin fans. There's the guys that hate Tua, and then you got the people who love Tua. I'm neither of those. I'm just giving you straight facts, straight down the middle. I give you the stats.
Straight facts, no sodium.
That's right. I give you the facts. I show you how he's playing. I'll break down the defenses for you. I'll tell you what's going on. Oh,
you're pretty good at telling a bunch of ats what an F back is.
Bro, let me tell you, that F-back thing this week was nuts. I couldn't, even if you were trying to explain something to somebody, they would still tell you were wrong. And I'm like,
Yo,
yo,
if I had less of social conscience, I'd be like that. You educating people on what an halfback is would have been your main job, because people just like people just want to go with their narrative. They don't want to hear.
They don't want to hear it. No, they don't want to hear the facts. I keep telling them, they're like, what's an F-back? They keep calling it a flanker. They're calling it fullback. It's not that. It's the
there is a Twitter hack if you don't know what an F-back is. It's called log off.
That's right.
So Maddie's gonna press you hard because
sure.
I mean, we like you.
Do it up.
Did you hear that? Inhale that.
So we got a very big game very early on next Thursday.
Sure.
Short week for both teams. We just talked about it on the podcast about 20 minutes ago. Can't really overlook anybody. We can't overlook the Cardinals. You guys can't overlook your opponent. But, I mean, a very big AFC East game going on. What do you see going on in that game?
Well, let me add something. Who are you chasing?
What do you mean?
Who are you chasing? Are you chasing? If a season's worth watching, are you chasing the Bills? Or are you chasing the Chiefs and the Ravens? Who are you chasing in your heart of hearts?
I honestly don't think it's going to be the Ravens. I think they're going to take a step back. That's just my feeling. I think they're going to try to ride Henry hard, and they're going to fall flat on their face with that one. I think everybody's chasing the Chiefs. Honestly, I think the Bills lost a lot of guys on defense. Their safety, they're starting DeMar Hamlin at safety. Man. I guess the Dolphins.
I'm sorry. Are you not you don't root for people who went through cardiac arrest? Or
yeah, whatever.
I mean, you work in law enforcement. I mean, how many people have you put on the gurney and then the next week they're starting for the Bills? That's
yeah.
I feel like I just negotiated against myself.
We're talking about football skills alone, and that's it. We're not talking about what happened to him on the field. I just don't think he's a starting. I don't
he's
think
not. But is Poyer? But is Poyer?
I think Poyer's on his way down in his career. I don't know if he's still that guy that he was 6 or 7 years ago.
Were you jacked up? Were you jacked up when you found him on your roster, or were you like, oh, that's nice?
I thought it was a nice addition because we already have a pretty good safety that's back there to pair him with. So, yeah, Javon Holland's pretty good, man. And we have Marcus May from the Saints that came over too. So we got three of those guys.
So real quickly, the peak in the pit of the offense, peak in the pit in the defense for the Dolphins. Because I gotta be honest with you, I'm negotiating against myself about the Cardinals game we have. But like, if you don't think the fucking Dolphins matter, I'm more scared. It's a weird dichotomy now that like the Patriots are not in the conversation. Like, who are you scared of? I know you're scared of the Dolphins.
To say I'm scared of the Dolphins is probably a little bit overblown, but I would definitely say they're probably the team that scares me the most in the AFC, at least now, because we have to see them twice a year.
And it's very hard, and we might have to see them 3 times.
Right.
It's hard to beat a team twice. It's even impossible to beat them 3 times.
Are you more afraid of the Jets, or are you more afraid of the Dolphins?
The Jets are an afterthought. I think.
Yeah, I really think that they go as
fully the Dolphins.
They go as Aaron Rodgers goes, and if Aaron Rodgers goes down again at 41 years old, yeah, maybe he comes back next year and plays. But I mean,
Fuller, how old are you, Fuller?
I'm 43.
Could you play in the NFL?
No, I played in Arena League.
Sweetheart, we know that. Okay, we're like, nothing but illustrious guests here. Okay,
yeah, right.
But can you imagine keeping your body together to lead a conversation where you can be a champion of a division? I think it's binary. I think it's fucking binary between if the Dolphins perform with their balance sheet, they should run us. Shut the. Why are you doing that, D-Lo, yo? If the Dolphins play with their balance sheet, the way like we say, big baller bean, yo, they have a guy in Mensa who went to Yale, who fucking I know personally, like, yo, like if they play to their potential, which is the catalyst,
They're a problem.
Say it again.
They're a problem.
Say it again.
They're a problem.
One more time.
If they're all fully healthy and they stick to the game, they're a problem.
But where do you reach internally to the organization that when he said, yo, if they're healthy?
Like I said, they're
Because that's been a problem with you guys.
injury prone, yes.
We're
but
in a situation now where if we end up in a situation this year where we're all banged up again, we should be doing what San Francisco did 3 or 4 years ago, where they just fired the whole medical staff.
Bills did
I'd
it too.
put it that way.
Oh, you watching this game right now?
Yeah, I have it on.
What?
So excited that football's back. No
Oh,
matter
me
what. No matter what.
Who you guys want to win
Yo,
this?
full. If someone followed you on Twitter, it would say you have a certain je ne sais quoi venom against the Bills. Is that just is this that a product of where you live, or like do you actually really you really want the Bills to take it deep?
Well, I live in Erie, PA, right down the street.
I got him. He's gonna have to be a real person now. I got him.
Yeah, I'm right down the street, and I've been to more Bills Dolphins games in Buffalo than I've ever been in Miami. So, and it's rowdy up there, and it's a division rivalry games. The Bills Stadium is the only stadium I've ever had beer spilled on my head.
But here, answer me this, Coach.
Dude, let's stop. Yo, he's a law enforcement officer.
So
I feel like I feel like you might need to flash a PBA card before you fucking before you start getting drenched in some liquids.
Right? Yeah.
Answer me this though. Yes, I understand. Inside the stadium, once everybody goes in the stadium, but you guys still get treated well outside of the stadium, though, right? Like, but during the tailgate, you might get yelled at. You might get the hey, you guys
Yelled
suck
at,
type
booed.
stuff. But
No,
yeah, you might
normal
get
stuff.
that. But you get those guys that'll here's a beer, have a beer.
Nah, I want to hear him
Oh.
now. I want to hear him now. I want to hear.
I've
him now.
seen, I've been to some tailgates where Bills fans are all right. They get with you and stuff, but hey, once it's game time,
Where did you go wrong as a parent that your son who's playing Division I football is a Seahawks fan?
Oh, listen. So
Where did you go wrong?
I don't know. I took him to a Bills game. Bills stomped the fucking Dolphins. Actually, the only Dolphin game I ever
love
took
this
him
guy.
to. The only Dolphin game I ever took him to was the Christmas Eve game with Jay Ajayi went crazy in overtime and we won. And
He went yard.
oh yeah, he did. And I didn't get the beer dumped on me. He was 8 years old and got the beer dumped on him and called a fucking jerk. But yeah, that's probably like I'm not doing this anymore with the Dolphins.
Yeah, good to be seen. Yeah. So Coach, run us to us right now. What was your best moment as a displaced fan? What was and we do this on the pod all the time. Why don't you speak to one player on the Dolphins and wish him well for the season? And then when we say wish as well, Matt, you want to elaborate what we always do?
Yeah, so like we'll pick out a player, whether it's on the Bills, Von Miller, Kyer Elam, Josh Allen, anybody like that, and just speak to him.
Wish
and
him
just
well.
Wish him well. Hope you do that.
Who's
just
near
that
and dear
type
to
of
your
stuff.
heart.
Who's near and dear to your heart that you hope has a great season.
All right, cool. So my best moment as a displaced fan was probably when
And why was Dan Marino the quarterback?
Oh no, probably recently in recent history, my favorite memory is Ryan Tannehill when he threw that touchdown pass with to Drake going up the sideline with 7
that
seconds
took
left.
some huts. That took some chutzpah.
Oh yeah.
So
And then
speak to him. Yeah, I'm going to give you the platform right now because we're going to clip this. Yeah, speak to your guy, whoever your guy is. I know it's a little weird, being an adult male putting a jersey of another man's back.
I
and
know,
stuff
right?
like that.
Put a number on your back with some other guy's name on
Yeah,
it.
but if you had to throw it on your back, speak to him right now because we think this is good karma. Speak to him right now. Tell him what he needs to know. Wish him good well, and tell him what he needs to do to officially enact what you're due.
All right.
Do champions.
Gotcha.
As what puts you over the hump and gives you the everlasting glory of what your fandom deserves.
All right. So who I'm wishing luck this year is Tua Tagovailoa. He came into the league injured. Took him a couple of years. He had a coach that was beating him down. He came along with Mike McDaniel. It's time. It's time to take that step. It's time to be the man. You got your contract. You played well the last couple of years. It's time to go from that second-tier quarterback and be in that conversation with Mahomes and Allen and Jackson and Burrow. And it's time, bro. It's time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wish you luck this year, bro. Let's do it.
And you know what? That is Coach Fuller. Sorry to play you out on this music, buddy. But man, that's the guy who does it. This guy does it for his community. It's the guy who does it for his fandom, and he's unrelenting. Coach Fuller!
Thanks for being on the show.
Good to be seen, buddy.
Thanks, boys.
I fucking love that guy. Yo, D'Lo,
Yeah.
what's your thought? Like a guy for who roots for somebody in our division, but knows what it is.
I mean, honestly, it's incredible for him to.
The rivalry's back, isn't it?
The rivalry is back. It is.
I'm pumped that the rivalry is back. I remember as a kid in the early 90s with those teams watching the Bills play them in the divisional round, the AFC Championship game, in the snow, having Miami having to come up into the actual snow, which, a couple years ago when we were in the playoffs, it was a cold game, but nothing was like those snow games in the early 90s against the Dolphins.
Yo, so we'll make this brief. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
We got this on the Cardinals, right?
I mean, we all
you fuck!
we all took them. We all took the Bills.
Pat, we got this. Sorry, Pat. Jesus. Yo, D'Lo, we got this on the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Bring that energy, you dick. Anyway, yo, talk to him. Who you talking to?
So this week, I'm actually talking to the entire team. You guys have 18 or 17 games this year, 18 weeks. Just go out and be the Buffalo Bills that you've been the last 5 years. Go out and prove.
Talk to him.
Go out and prove why you guys are looked
Talk
at
to him.
as one of the top teams in the AFC. Go out and show that you're gonna sit on top of this conference and
You're gonna speak on business.
yeah, absolutely, stand on business. Go out and win the whole fucking thing.
I got you next, and then D'Lo. You know who I'm talking to?
Go.
Talk to Ed Oliver. Impose your fucking will. Let me say it again. Impose your fucking will. You don't have the best contract, but you have the best work ethic from what I've seen. Matt, am I wrong?
No,
Am I?
no, not at all.
Hey, Ed Oliver. Good to be fucking seen, dude. I bet you I'm going to see you on that stat sheet. Am I wrong?
No, not
We're
one.
going
bit.
to D-Lo. Who are you talking to, baby?
I'm actually going to talk for their entire team. I wish the entire team a great season, healthy season, and to explode out there on the field.
Hey, Maddie.
Hang on.
Oh,
Real
you got
quick,
more, you got
we
more.
do want to thank our sponsors, Bet US.
No, I got you. Bet US. Talk to him.
Bet US. Go sign up with code DO right now. The link is in our YouTube.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. 125% on your first 3 bonuses.
Nothing better.
And as speaking of that, Derrick Henry just hit a touchdown. Anytime touchdown, first touchdown.
Certainly good to be seen.
Certainly good to be seen with that. We want to thank Iliad Apollo's restaurant,
Sons of Erie.
Sons of Erie, Hamburg
Kayak
Brewing,
pools.
Kayak pools,
Fat.
beauty pools,
Fat.
Fat Boy Surf.
No,
Club.
Fat. We'll do it one more time. Fat
Boy
Surf.
Club.
There you go, baby. You want to thank anybody? Good to be seen, baby.
Hit me with a shout song.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and
Yo, Dave.
throw your hands up and
Yo, Matt.
Good to be seen.
Good to be
Good to be
seen.
seen, baby.
the Bills will make it happen. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, yeah,